U96 Spirit of Qatar on the water. So all of them are on. Our Porch party people are ready to save their heat, and it is heat 2C of the 2011 Lucas Oil Indiana Governor's Cup here on the Ohio River. And we've got all three of our boats out here, and we will be racing very, very shortly. We are already inside 3 minutes and 50 seconds to the start of our heat. Remember, each boat has to come down and go across start-finish line at speed. For Jeff Bernard in the U5 Graham Trucking, that is mission accomplished. The same can be said for the U96 Dave Vilwalk in the Spirit of Qatar. He has come across start-finish line at speed. Not going to be a problem, I don't believe, in this heat, because we got the U21, the Lake Ridge Paving, going up the backstretch right now. He will come down and he will be legally scored at that point. We are 3 minutes and 15 seconds. 3 minutes, 15 seconds away from our official start. We're fighting for lanes. It'll be interesting to watch these three guys and see just how serious they want to get about trying to get that inside lane. Jeff Bernard up the backstretch there in the Graham Trucking, going nice and slow. He's got Dave Vilwalk behind him. Dave Vilwalk can see both boats right now. Plus, he's got his radio guy here on the tower telling him right where everybody is. We mentioned that every boat has to come across start-finish line at least one time at speed. Mission accomplished for the Lake Ridge Paving to U21. So that has been handled by all three of our contestants here in our Porch Party People Heat 2C as Jeff Bernard comes across, and trailing behind him will be Dave Vilwalk at the 2 minute and 30-second mark. Dave Vilwalk, remember back to the Budweiser days, he loves to cut the race course, always cutting from front to back and back to front. See if he cuts the course this time. He is not going to do so. He is instead going to go all the way down to the lower corner. Here's a couple of guys down there in Jeff Bernard and Brian Perkins who have raced each other more times than I care to imagine in various classes of boats out in the Northwest. These two guys know each other extremely well, and it'll be interesting to see how they're going to mix things up together. Meanwhile, the crafty one back there with that purple bullet is going to come up behind him, and that's Dave Vilwalk in the U96 Spirit of Qatar. We are 1 minute 50 seconds away from our start. Bernard's kind of got Brian Perkins in a chokehold up there, because Brian can't really do anything from where he is right now other than just stay to the outside. Now, are they going to leave the lane open for Dave up there? It certainly looks like it. Bernard and Perkins have left that center lane open for them right there at lane 1. So Dave Vilwalk is very, very close to Jeff Bernard, and he has come down inside of both of those boats at the minute 25-second mark. So all three boats are going to come very slowly down here to start finish, and they will go down, and again, remember, they must stay behind that exit pin in the lower corner. Boy, that's pretty as they come down the front straightaway. All that beautiful color on these unlimited hydroplanes. 1 minute 7 seconds. They can't go past the exit pin of that lower corner before the 45-second mark. Looks like these guys will be pretty good. Again, the lanes they are in right now are not necessarily the lanes they will run in as we approach 50 seconds. We are at 50 now. So they've got 5 seconds to stay behind that buoy. Should not be an issue. 46-45 from everybody's vantage point. That was clean. Everybody certainly behind that exit pin in the corner. Now, if we want to do anything fancy, this is where you're going to have to do it. You've got only the backstretch to change your position. That's going to be tough to do with where these guys are right now. We are already down to 30 seconds before the start. I don't think we're going to see anything change. It's going to be Vilwalk in 1, Bernard in 2, Perkins on the outside in 3. We are 22 seconds away from our start. The boats go up toward the upper corner. They're going to come off there. This is where these timing marks come into play, where these guys have been working on them all week. Vilwalk in 1, Bernard in 2, Perkins in 3. This will be good as they come off with 9 seconds before the start. There's Vilwalk, there's Bernard, there's Perkins. Bring them down as we are 3, 2, 1, mark. They were behind it at 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It was Vilwalk, it was Bernard, and it was Perkins. And he got a tall order trying to get around the 96 Spirit of Qatar when he A is in lane 1 and B has everybody on his hip when he crosses start-finish. Off the lower corner down there, the U96 Dave Vilwalk, trying to taste some history today, is flying down the backstretch. Already a full rooster tail lead on Jeff Bernard in the 5, the Graham Trucking, as he tries to chase him down. But he better keep his eye on his right side rear view mirror. Officially now the start was legal. We called it that way by our eyeballs because it wasn't that close, but it has now been confirmed. Dave Vilwalk comes off the upper corner. He will come down to complete lap number 1, U96 Spirit of Qatar. He is a across the line. Bernard moves to the inside of him, trying to find some clean water as he comes across, completes his lap number 1, and Perkins comes by on the outside to Lake Ridge paving. That was a pretty good move by Bernard. He may have lost a little bit of time moving to the inside, but he's going to make it that much more difficult for Brian Perkins to make a move on him in the Lake Ridge paving. Meanwhile, up the backstretch here on lap number 2, Dave Billwalk got everything going his way. That boat just running absolutely flawlessly. Dave can handle it beautifully. He's got a 3 full rooster tail lead over Jeff Bernard in the 5, the Grand Trucking. Dave Billwalk out of Auburn, Washington, comes out to about lane number 4. He will come down and complete his lap number 2 as he is way out in front. In this one, he had lane 1, and it's all Dave Billwalk in the 96 Spirit of Guitar as he completes his second lap. Now, here comes Perkins up in 3rd place. He's moved to the inside of Bernard. He still wants to try and run down Jeff Bernard. Bernard's in 2nd place. Now Perkins has had to move outside Bernard. Now that's where your radio guy comes into play. If you saw them come off the upper corner up there, you saw Brian Perkins make a move to the inside of Jeff Bernard. Their radio guys are just 30 feet down from me. They radioed Jeff and said, he's coming up on the inside, you better close the door. He did. Jeff moved right to the buoy row and made the young man from Maple Valley, Washington go to the outside. So our boats are spread way out. We've got Dave Billwalk coming off the upper corner already. He will come down and complete our lap number 3. It's all Spirit of Qatar. Dave Billwalk going for a perfect 800 points on the weekend as he completes his lap number 3. See what's going on with our 2 guys who are trying to make a run for 2nd place. Right now it is Jeff Bernard. He is clean and he is keeping young Brian Perkins on the outside. Bernard, the Grand Trucking, completes his lap number 3. Here comes Perkins in the Lake Ridge paving. Spots and slapping on the water as he comes down and he completes his lap number 3. As he completed that lap number 3, off the exit pit of the lower corner was Dave Billwalk in the U96. We've got a collision course coming on here at some point. You're going to have to get Dave Billwalk out here with Steve David, and we're going to see if we can get somebody to run these 2 guys down. And it may be that young Kip Brown who's having a pretty big weekend himself. But so far, these 3 boats, the U17, the U1, and the U96, have really had everything going their way. Coming down to complete lap number 4. Dave Billwalk, 96 Spirit of Guitar, boat beautiful, riding beautifully, but Dave right now, quite candidly, he's not having to push the equipment, and they love it when they don't have to push the equipment in the preliminary heats. 2nd place, they'll go to the 5. Jeff Bernard in the Grand Trucking, slipping another set of 300 points. Perkins from Maple Valley, Washington, comes by in the U21, the Lake Ridge paving. Again, as he finishes the lap already, almost halfway up the backstretch is Dave Billwalk. He is on his final lap. As he rockets up the backstretch in the U96 Spirit of Qatar, the boat is not being pushed at all. Dave's able to take it very, very easily up there. Getting a good boat ride. He's solid through the corner. We'll call him all the way through and on down. His radio man will again tell him where the clean water is. Come on down. That big checkered flag is hanging on the start-finish line. Dave Billwalk. He will be the winner of our Porch Party People Heat 2C. Dave Billwalk, U96 Spirit of Qatar. Here comes Bernard in the 5, the Graham Trucking. Water getting a little bit soupy, but he handles it. He will take a 2nd set of 300 points in the 5, the Graham Trucking. And the young man from the state of Washington, Brian Perkins, and Greg O'Farrell's U21 Lake Ridge paving comes by in 3rd place, and he will claim 225 points. The finish order for our Porch Party People Heat 2C. In 1st place, way out in front. He went right out and grabbed it. He got lane 1, quite candidly. Nobody really pushed him for it. The door was left wide open in the upper corner. And he said, thank you very much, I'll take it. He brought the U96 down in lane 1, and it was the jumping out of everybody at the start. It was pretty much over at that time. He was your 1st place winner. Give the young man from Auburn, Washington 400 points. That makes 800 on the weekend so far for both he and Kip Brown and Steve David. So everything is going well for our top 3 qualifiers and our first 6 heat winners. It involved the same 3 boats. Billwalk comes back in the 96, the Spirit of Qatar.